I'm Rick Cosnett. I play Eddie Thorne, and you are listening to Flashbacks, a Flash Rewatch podcast. Justice for Eddie.
Hey guys, welcome to Flashbacks, a Flash Rewatch podcast where we review every episode of the CW Flash show. I'm Alex. I'm here once again with...
Brady, as always, how you doing tonight, pal? I know we were talking, I have a small bit of a cold coming, so if I sound a little bit weirder than usual, that's why. I don't really feel the best right now, but I'm better than I was this morning.
That's good. Yeah, I feel like it's colds going around recently. I feel like it's like that season, basically.
Yeah, I think I got it from my freaking dad because he had one, and then now my sister got one, and so I think I'm the next
Yeah,
domino to fall.
spreading around, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're here today to talk about the Flash season 2, episode 20, Rupture. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get into the episode. We open on a high-speed chase on Milton Avenue, but Team Flash is on it. A hologram of Flash is chasing them. He stops them using the hologram circling around the car until they stop. Barry's also we see he's running on a treadmill. I guess they're doing motion capture for the hologram because the hologram's kind of controlled by Cisco. He's using kind of like a
Like an
joystick.
Atari, yeah, like a fucking
Yeah.
Atari controller. It seemed like some Ready Player One level stuff to me.
Yeah, he makes like a Leroy Jenkins joke, and then
Oh my God.
he said
Except
he
he
need
doesn't say the last part of it. He just shouts Leroy.
oh yeah, that was weird. It's like all his years of video gaming, he's essentially piloting the hologram, and then Flash main title. The team is pleased with the hologram's performance. Cisco makes a Tupac hologram reference in reference to it working. But Harry says it won't last.
I
Did you
didn't
get that
get that
reference?
joke.
There's
No, not at all.
back it's cool because we're different generations, so I can kind of fill in gaps. Back then,
Yeah.
it was like the height of hologram technology, and there was a
Okay.
they tried out a hologram of Tupac at a concert, basically, where he was performing and stuff or doing something.
Was this
Yeah.
after he was dead?
Yeah, it was
Okay.
yeah. Yeah, so it was one of
Ew.
those things at the time. Yeah, it's weird, but at the time I remember people being kind of like, "Oh, okay, it's kind of impressive, I guess."
A family member of mine still swears to this day that they have seen Tupac just driving around in a car. I'm like,
It's like with the
this
Elvis
ain't
people.
conspiracy. Yeah, this ain't conspiracy hour, okay? He's dead.
Yeah, there's yeah. It's yeah. I feel like that would actually be kind of like a cool thing if they did that with this is just completely tangent territory,
Yeah.
but in a superhero property, if they did that, but not with like a superhero, but maybe like a supervillain, basically, where people were convinced they saw say the supervillain actually is dead, and then you got maybe I know obviously the Joker's is a thing, but just people are like, oh well,
Yeah.
I saw this guy, people are still convinced oh, he didn't die, basically.
I think the one that could work the most with is the Scarecrow, like in a Batman Beyond setting per se, where it's like Terry McGinnis and everyone's like, "Oh, the Scarecrow's dead." But then Terry's flying around the city one day, he looks down and he sees the Scarecrow. He's like, "Wait a second, what did I just see?" Or they do it in Spectacular Spider-Man with Venom.
Oh yeah, except he's actually around. It'd be cool if Scarecrow left a last bit of fear toxin, basically targeted,
Yeah,
basically, or some
yeah, like
sort of
there's a
setup.
yeah, I would imagine it as some section of Gotham still has a small, tiny strain of fear gas just up floating in the air somewhere, and you have to fly to be able to catch it. So maybe that's what fucks with Harry.
Yeah. So Harry wants to go full steam ahead on the particle accelerator plan. He's convinced he'll be able to contain it, even though it didn't work on his Earth. He insists this will work. It's the only way to get Caitlin and beat Zoom. Barry meets his dad at his log cabin as he chops wood. This was like kind of like like I don't know, like it was
Well,
cool. Like it's also cool to see like, oh yeah, John Wesley Shipp keeps himself like in shape and everything. Like,
oh
you know,
yeah, dude is fucking jacked up as hell. Um,
yeah.
it felt kind of to me like Avengers: Age of Ultron, like just an
Oh yeah.
excuse to go to a
Can you
log cabin
imagine like he does the same thing? Like he pulls up his dad's just pulling apart a piece of wood. He's like, "Wait,
with
how
his
did he do that?"
bare hands. I always, as a kid, thought that was CG, but apparently that's real. Chris Evans did actually do that.
Well, you can do it. Like there's like some certain stuff like you see people like chop pieces of wood in half with like their hands and stuff. So
Yeah,
like people are able to do it, you know. It's
yeah.
just
I just always, as a kid, thought it was CGI, and then I learned it was real in adulthood. I was like, "What? You could do
yeah.
that?"
Yeah, it's crazy. But Barry tells his dad how he lost his powers and tells him about Jay Garrick taking Caitlin and being Zoom. Henry says Garrick is his mother's maiden name. Barry tells
Yeah,
him which I thought was really cool, by the way, like
yeah. That
kind
was
of
a really
seeding that
cool.
stuff.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's a cool nod to what is to come.
yeah. Barry tells him the accelerator plan. He feels like every time he gets something, it's taken away. Henry says, let's do something about that. So here's my thing, and I was going to complain about this later, but like Henry, like I was telling my wife, I was kind of complaining about this too. With Henry, and also I sent you a message about this
Yeah.
too, with like, I'm reading the Joshua Williamson thing, and that's kind of feed into this. So
Okay.
like Henry obviously he left in like, you know, the previous episodes of this show and
Yeah.
he's like I need a break from the city. Like he's like people are going to judge me and like I won't be able to live my life here. That
Yeah.
your phone still works, bro. Like you could still maintain a relationship. Like the whole thing of
Well,
like having to be told everything is ridiculous.
unless he just decided not to have one. Because normally, the way I understand it, when people go to prison, all that shit is just confiscated from you. So maybe he got it back and he just didn't want to pay for his phone plan again, or like they canceled it because he wasn't paying for it from
That's
prison.
like he could at least write him letters or something. Like my thing is like the channel of communication could
Yeah,
still be open.
yeah, true.
Like he shouldn't still be just learning and then his son coming and like basically telling him all this stuff basically that happened to him and him son like we'll get into it. I have a lot of thoughts, but
Yeah,
like the Williamson thing, it's
yeah,
like in the comics I'm reading it and like obviously Joe West isn't really a thing in that. I know he has like a
no.
cop person in his
Daryl
life
Fry
yeah,
in the New 52.
that's kind of an equivalent to that. But like in that one, I was reading it, and like his dad in that, like after he's freed, it's like a sounding board for him, which I'm just like, you know. And I thought about that. I'm like, that's great to hear. And then I really
Yeah,
like sat down, and thought about. It. I'm like, with Joe and with Henry, it what you would have like it's almost like redundant at that point. You would have like two
yeah,
characters basically filling the same role.
yeah. You
Yeah.
I is that run any good? Because I've heard things about the Joshua Williamson run, but I've like you told me stuff about it, but I've never heard if it's like good to read or not.
I mean, I like it so far. I'm very early on. I'm only in the first issue, so you know.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll
Okay.
let you know. But
All right.
so Harry shows them the thing they'll use to get his speed back. Cisco vibes and sees Dante, his brother. It's so funny. Like obviously we're gonna get into this and like I'm already talking ahead in like season 3. I
Yeah.
know like I was like, did I watch this show? Because I know like when they
We've
talk
spoiled stuff before though.
I know when he talks about like how like Dante like is like gone or whatever like in season 3, I'm like, who? I remember like when I was watching it, I'm like, did I just
Yeah.
forget? Like I'm like he comes up a lot.
Yeah.
Like
There's something they bring up later, Cisco and Dante bring up in a later scene. Completely forgot about it. And I'm like, what the what?
did I
What
just
the fuck?
forget? Like I'm like, did I get
Yeah.
Flashpoint pointed?
Yeah,
Like what
I know,
happened?
literally. I know. It's like, wait, did Barry's time travel in the first season affect me too? Because I don't remember any of that. To be
Yeah,
fair, I don't remember these two episodes, the last one that we did and this one, didn't remember either of them.
yeah.
I remember the end of this one.
And then Barry and his dad come back to the lab. Henry says he's back in town for good. Back at CCPD, Joe and Wally talk about how he wants to do more with his life after Flash saved him. Zoom arrives with Caitlin. He says to tell everyone the city is mine. Everyone who back at the police department, obviously. Everyone who disobeys him will meet their end. Caitlin seems to be holding him at bay. All the officers clear out. Back at Star Labs, Joe tells him Caitlin is with Zoom. So like really quick here. Like obviously Zoom still does what he wants for the most part. Do you think it kind of like does it make him more or less interesting that Caitlyn basically is able to hold him at bay at that point, or are you kind of indifferent to it?
I think it makes him too predictable that, like, oh, the girl can make him stop killing people. And even then, that doesn't last too long.
It doesn't
But I
even last
think
through this episode. Like he tries
I
to
know.
still go kill people too.
I know, and that's part of why I don't like it, because I'm like, well, it doesn't fucking work anyway. Like, if you're just gonna have him do all this shit regardless, you don't need Caitlyn there. So it's like,
Yeah.
if it was executed a little bit better, I probably would have like a better opinion on it. But I don't see the point in it. Like, we love Caitlyn as a character. Like, I think Daniel Panabaker's pretty cute, but that's not part of my bias here.
Yeah. Well, you can't lock up the darkness, so
Literally, yeah, I know. You can't lock up the darkness. If I
Yeah.
could do post effects like that, I'd make my eyes black, but I can't do that.
He brought her there to show power. He's repeating patterns. He'll like basically Harry's telling them he'll soon recruit metas and kill anyone who steps out of line. Harry says he'll kill all the cops. They need to get his speed back. Joe wants to set up a task force at Jitters. Back at CCPD, Zoom tries to convince Caitlin to be with him as she's handcuffed to a desk. Here's my thing, bro. If you want her to actually maybe trust you a bit, how about like take the handcuff off and like kind of just talk to her basically? But I think
Uh-huh.
even he knows like she'll run as soon as the handcuff is off,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah. And not to talk ahead of any, but this is kind of where I start having a major problem with the episode because Barry chooses in this moment not to get his powers back,
Yeah.
but
I don't know. I
the
get where
way
he's coming from.
yes, but also put like with information we get later in the episode, like he could have just gotten the powers back right then and there. And if you wanted Barry to be like MIA or complicit, you can just do what they like. I'm talking around it because you'll get to it later, but
Yeah, yeah.
you could have it. What happens at the end of the episode happen in the middle at this point, and then you don't need hologram Flash again. You could just have actual Flash and make it like a triumphant moment.
Yeah. So back at CCPD, yeah, she's handcuffed to the desk. He's seen the darkness in her
Yeah,
like it was in Killer Frost. She just needs to unlock it. And his whole thing with like unlocking the darkness and
yeah, that's
everything. It's like,
weird.
dude, like
But
you're playing the same
we,
fiddle over and over again.
yeah, we brought up, I remember in an earlier episode that, like, oh, it seems kind of clear they didn't want to turn Earth 1 Caitlyn into Killer Frost. We might have been wrong about that. They might have been setting that up since the second Killer Frost appeared,
Yeah, well,
just because that line.
I know originally, like season one, like especially
Yeah,
that little tease right there was no like
no,
plan for that.
season
Even with the
one.
Jake Garrick thing, it's just like they didn't have a plan on like what that meant at the time.
No, they probably knew, oh, hey, we want to use Jay Garrick at some point,
Because
but
originally that
like,
was probably just supposed to be Jake Garrick based on like how he
yeah,
reacts and everything.
yeah, and he was. I want to like write like a fanfic about it just because it's like he seems like a legendary speedster that like people knew about. So I'm like, like with Reverse Flash, as soon as he sees the helmet, going, "That's my cue to leave."
Yeah. But so Cisco meets Dante at the tavern. He's checking in on him to make sure he's okay. He says he only shows when something's wrong. They haven't been close since they were kids, despite their bonding in the previous like episode they had, that previous crisis they
See,
had.
I didn't remember that, so I was just like, "All right,
It was
I'll
with
take what you give me at face value."
Captain Cold.
Yeah, I don't remember that.
Yeah, I think it was like season one, I think.
Okay, maybe I'm due for a season one
It
rewatch then
was
because
with
I
Golden
don't remember
Glider.
that
Golden
episode.
Glider was in the same episode.
Oh, I do remember that. Okay, the Golden Glider thing helped me there. I was like, wait,
Yeah.
no, I do remember this now. Okay,
Yeah, it's
yeah,
a
I
good
forgot
episode.
Golden
It was
Glider
where
was
he
there
was
too.
sitting at the pretty sure it's the same one where we talked about it where like he's sitting at the fireplace and everything. Where either that or like maybe it was like I remember bringing it up to someone talking about like how there were similarities to
Maybe we talked about it, but I, or maybe you were
No,
talking with
yeah,
Will
because
about
you,
it.
you you brought up the Long Halloween connection because you
You're
said like
right.
the
You're right. Yeah, the Long Halloween animated movie where Joker's singing Jingle Bells as he's like hanging the ornaments in
yeah.
Harvey's
I
house.
remember
Okay,
talking to
yeah,
you about that.
I do remember this now. Okay.
Yeah, but back at Star Labs, Joe and Jesse are getting supplies set up in the secret room with Wally. Jesse and Wally will be there until Zoom is gone. Also, just in case my notes aren't about this later, like if you want to talk about like two people that do have chemistry, because I know recently I've been kind of critical about like,
Yeah,
certain people in these shows that don't
Hawkman in
have chemistry.
particular.
Yeah, it's like they have chemistry, like Jesse and Wally. I'm
She
like,
is
I'm rooting for
thirsty
them.
for some Wally.
It's
Like,
cute, man. I kind of like it.
yeah,
Like their
I
dynamic
like
is
it.
cute.
Yeah, I like them together. That was one of my favorite parts of like the next season is them two.
Yeah. Joe tells Harry that they're both all good as he writes up the equation to get his speed back, to get Barry's speed back. Henry doesn't want to do it. It'll kill his son. It's out of control. Harry insists the city needs to Flash. Barry shows up saying he knows they all care about him, but it's his decision. He has to make it on his own. Cisco's about to leave the tavern, but not before Dante makes him pay. He sees a report about Zoom. That was ridiculous, man. Like
Yeah,
that whole
that was
thing.
stupid. That was dumb. I was like, okay, Dante, get your head out of your ass for a minute here.
And then he needs to sees a report about Zoom. He needs to go. They are stopped by a dude with a black new goblin looking
Dun
mask is
dun
what I
dun
said.
dun dun dun. And
I
he
said it
has like
looked
a
like the new goblin mask is what I
it
said.
does. Oh my God, you're so right. No, I only for the audience, I started humming the Imperial March because he has this like staff with a red light on the end of it, like a scythe with a like red energy thingy on the end of it.
Mhm.
It was such a Darth Vader ass shot. So I was like, oh shit, are we getting Vader in this?
And a glowing scythe that blows up the motorcycle near them. He says hello vibe. His scythe was like really cool. Like his
Yeah,
look was pretty good.
I will say second coolest disguised modulated voice on the show so far, aside from Zoom
Yeah.
in this
Um
season. I mean,
yeah. He says he killed his brother so now he dies and then like Cisco's like you're princess briding me. It's Earth 2 Dante. He removes his mask. He's here to avenge his brother Reverb's death. Haha, Dante does the cross thing and is rightfully weirded out by a doppelganger of himself. They rush to the Star Labs fan. Like he does like the little like where I know it's an audio medium, but like he
yeah,
touches like his nose and like touches his chest and like makes the cross with his hands
yeah,
basically. Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
that.
That whole number. I didn't get the Princess Bride reference at
Oh,
first.
it's
I had to. I
okay,
know
you
what it
looked it
is
up.
now. I had to look it up, and my girlfriend loves that movie, so I
I
was
haven't
like,
seen it still. My
I
wife
haven't
has
either.
seen it. Cisco backs into him and speeds off. Back at Star Labs, Harry says his name's Rupture and he's from Earth 2. They need to get the weapon away from him. Harry encourages him to get the speed back. Barry, he needs a minute. He talks to Iris about his anxiety on doing it again. Having his dad here makes it less easy than he thought it would. Iris confesses her feelings to him. She's been thinking about
Weird
like
time to fucking do that.
I know. She's been thinking about us. Maybe they were meant to be together. He brings up when he opened up last year. She wasn't available then. She is now. It doesn't matter if he's Flash or not. She wants a future with him. Like honestly, like this is one of those things too where like they've been kind of teasing and building to this anyway through like, different moments and everything. So it wasn't
Yeah.
like it came out of nowhere.
This point too, though, I'm just kind of in the same boat that I am with Barry not having his powers. It's like, okay, then if you both feel this way, there's literally nothing stopping you other than
Well,
the
he
fact
has
that
to
you're
go.
literally adopted siblings, but there's nothing stopping you.
Yeah, he has to go do this first. But back at CCPD, Caitlin secures a phone from the evidence box. Zoom and Rupture meet. He plans to kill the police anyway. He needs to teach them a lesson. She texts the team warning them of the attack. His three father figures ask him what he'll do, talking about Barry because like it's Harry,
I know.
it's like Joe and then Henry.
Yeah.
Yeah. He won't do it until they're sure the explosion will be contained. They'll have to do it without the Flash. They start setting up at Jitters to stop Rupture. Back at Star Labs, Dante found Cisco's going away to Earth 2 letter. He tells Dante he has powers. He explains what happened and how his powers work. He didn't tell him because Dante was right. They haven't been close in years. Nothing will change. That
A
he
little
tells
bit closed-minded of Cisco and Dante
Yeah,
there.
he tells Dante to like basically stay there. Back at Jitters, Cisco is all set for the Flash Hollow in the van and starts fighting Rupture. The police subdue him. Zoom realizes that Caitlin told them after seeing a news report. He shows up at Jitters to kill the cops. Caitlin betrayed him, he says, and he said that he would basically it's like you said you'd spare them. He's like, fine, we're even basically is what he
Yeah.
says. Like I don't like you're not supposed to like any of this, but like it's so upsetting like
No.
how much of a fucking psychopath he is.
Yeah, because at least in the beginning, when he's introduced, Jay is well, Hunter, well, we'll call him, kind of an asshole, but he's also kind of a likable dick at the same time. But then when the team figure out he's Zoom, he's just a completely unlikable guy. I
And just
will
how like
say,
casual he is with it. Like I remember when they're just talking to him, it's like, oh, like
yeah,
with the whole like he's talking about his plan, it's like, oh, like Speed Mirage. He's like, huh, no, basically, like he's just like he
no,
doesn't
yeah,
care.
yeah, he made that seem like it was beneath him. Like, no, that's a trick a baby
Or not even that. He's
speedster
like,
can do
even
or
I'm not
whatever.
that fast. Like he's just like so
Oh yeah,
like
true.
like whatever about it.
True. I do like that they're like, oh damn, Reverse Flash really was the fastest of all of you. I will also chime in with a comment there. Barry should have gotten the powers at that point, like when everybody was like, dude, we need the fucking Flash for the third time. It's like, okay, people are in danger, their lives are in danger. Nobody but the Flash can stop Zoom. So why the fuck are you sitting around being a mopey dumbass instead of getting in the machine and getting your powers? I get there's a risk of death, but you don't have your powers, so you're fucking useless either way.
Yeah. Um, Zoom kills a bunch of cops and the news crew. He's strangling Singh. Then Barry shows up begging for their lives. He kills Rupture and tells people through the news that the Flash they've seen is a hologram. He tells Singh to tell his police their days are of policing are over and warns Barry that the only reason he's alive is for Caitlin and he'll kill him if he does anything else and he'll kill him and the rest of the city. Cisco is shaken and goes and hugs Dante. He wants things to change with him and his brother, and they both cry. Like I really like that scene. Like that was such a strong scene where like you can tell
Yeah,
they were both like even Dante before he says anything, like you can tell he's ramping up to apologize to him too. Like it's like a
yeah.
powerful moment.
Everybody's like, I'll say that too. Everybody's chemistry in this episode is on freaking ball. Like
That
everybody's
that
just
scene
doing a
really
great job,
worked
and
for me too.
yeah. Yeah, they all get
Yeah.
along really well with each other.
Yeah, Wally wants to help stop Zoom. He needs Jesse's help to get out of there. Harry says he's moving quicker here than he did on his Earth. The recruitable metas will start coming out of the woodwork. He's done everything Harry said he'd do. What more evidence do they need? Barry says, let's do it. He's convinced now. A cop who had a son died, and now a kid will grow up without a parent like him. His inaction left the city unprotected. By giving up his powers, he needs them back. They're gonna set off the particle accelerator. He'll get into the device, but they'll need to use the weather wizard rod to get the lightning to recreate the
I like the
conditions.
joke that was in this scene where
Oh yeah.
Harry asked Cisco like, Ramon, do you still have the wand? The one I made for Martin? No, the one you made for the Harry Potter convention. Yes, the one you made for Martin. That
And
was
it leads
what
to
my
a Harry
favorite joke.
Potter joke later where he's
Yeah,
up on
and
the
a Back to the
roof.
Future reference. I don't know if you caught the Back to the Future reference.
Where he goes, Great Scott or something, right? Isn't that what
Yeah,
he
he
says?
says, "Great Scott, it worked."
Yeah, yeah. So like he needs to like basically harness the lightning up on the roof and get it to hit the satellite. Iris tells him no matter what, she'll still feel the same way about him. Harry says he doesn't have to do it if he doesn't want to. The Flash is the best version of himself. He has to do this, and he says he says that through tears. Like it's like a really powerful like moment.
Yeah, as much as I don't like that they took this long to get back here, and I can talk if you want. I came up with a pitch for this episode that's different.
Yeah, we'll probably
Um,
save it for the
yeah, I
end.
was like, if you want, I can talk about it at the end. But yeah, no, as much as I hate all of that shit, this is like Grant Gustin's best work as the Flash so far, anyway. He's literally next episode is even better, but like he's like tears streaming down his face. He's like, no, I
Yeah,
want to.
yeah.
He's great.
Yeah, he's ready to go. Jesse and Wally hotwire the room to escape. The chemicals enter his system. Like there's like these little little areas right there where they have the
It's
chemicals
almost
that
kind of like
mix.
what you see on Death Row in like movies where they inject the
It goes
chemical
into
into
a
people.
system, yeah.
Yeah.
As the particles become unstable, it clearly hurts him. The bolt hits, and like I said earlier, Cisco makes a Harry Potter reference. I think he says like it's Specto Patronum or something
Yeah,
like
he
that.
shouts Expecto Patronum. It was really
Yeah.
funny.
He's disintegrated and the wave of lightning hits Wally and Jesse. Zoom runs back and says they killed him instead of giving him his speed back. Team Flash is crestfallen. Zoom
Yeah.
like picks up the shred of Barry's costume with the symbol. Flash end credit. And my last note is holy shit. Worse than what
Yeah.
happened when Thomas Wayne Batman tried to give Barry his speed back.
Yeah,
Like
and I talked about that on the last episode towards the end. I was like, "Oh yeah, they pull a Flashpoint." I remember distinctly them doing that.
yeah, this is like the equivalent of, I know I've talked about it before, but kind of like an Arrow where like he faces off against like Ra's al Ghul and like they're up
Yeah.
on that mountain and you think like, oh, like he's obviously not gonna win, but then like you see just how quickly it's over where like he stabs him through his back and then like
Yeah.
Ra's al Ghul performs like basically like his equivalent to last rites for him and just like does like that, like he gently like just touches like his chest to like push him off the side of the mountain and you just see him like fall. Like it's the same thing where you're just like, Jesus Christ, like at the end of this you're like,
Yeah.
obviously like they're gonna have to try to find a way to like end this season, but like,
Yeah.
like
And
the
keep in mind as well for the audience out there, the key of that was that Jesse and Wally also got hit by some
yeah,
lightning
there's
too.
clearly some
So
setup here.
they're setting up for old Kid Flash and Jesse Quick already, and I could not have been happier about that.
Yeah, that was one of those moments where I was like, I didn't, because like in my head I'm like, okay, like obviously in the next episode we'll see like why that happened basically because I think there's some
Yeah,
fuckery going on probably.
I think there was too. Yeah,
Yeah, if it's anything like Flashpoint, maybe I'm like misremembering. That's kind of the fun thing about doing this rewatch is that like I don't exactly remember what happened, so some of it is
Yeah.
like it's brand new to me.
Yeah, and especially like that's the fun part for me is like I keep saying, I quit watching after season three. I was like, okay, I don't need to see anymore. It has like the perfect bookend too, and I'm sure we'll talk about it when we get there, but it has like the perfect bookend. So I was like, okay, I'm happy to step away. And
Oh,
then I
dude,
heard it just went super downhill in quality after that. I was like, okay, I'm fine not watching any more of this.
speaking of perfect bookends, do you know how like I think it was either season three, it was season four of Arrow ended, where like
No.
he basically like after he beats it's either season three or four. Like Oliver's like, well, I'm gonna take like a break, or he like goes and like it's him and Felicity basically driving off in a car like in the sunset, and he's just like, I feel like happy for the first time like in a long time.
Yeah.
To the point where like the producers had to come on right after that was over, being like, hey guys, it's coming on next season. The show isn't over. Like I know how you could read this as a
Nah.
series finale, but will promise it'll be back next season.
Can you imagine them just sticking with their guns and going, nope, there's no more Arrow now. Like, that's
Not
the
even
end.
completing the 5 year flashback thing. Like that
I
would be
know.
nuts.
Imagine that would piss off so many people.
Hmm. Almost like well, never mind. It's different with Superman and Lois because at least they got to properly end their thing. Like I'm still kind of like I don't know,
Yeah.
I'm mixed on that because I know that the producers of that said that they had other plans, like they were going to do Dark Side at one point, which I'm just like, that would
I'm
have been
still
cool.
so upset they never. Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm like at the same, like especially I trust them, so like I know that like they would have done something really cool with it.
Oh, it would have kicked ass. It would have been awesome.
Yeah. But yeah, they so like with this, like you said that you had like you didn't like this one as much. Was it mainly just the Barry stuff?
No. It's mainly that he takes so fucking long to get his powers back when there were opportunities and reasons before he decided on it to get his powers back. Like the second I heard, oh shit, Zoom invaded CCPD, I'm getting in the machine, getting my powers back, and getting out there kicking his ass. Because he would have they they well, not necessarily even that they should have seen it coming that Zoom would have
Well,
had
well, seeing how
the
this episode
audacity to out him.
ended, because I know you were saying like he should have done that. I'm like, if it was gonna be this result, then like it
Yeah,
still would have not been great.
but there are ways to. Okay, so this is where we can get into my pitch because I did think
Okay,
about
yeah,
that.
let's do
You
that.
you could do it like just in media res. Barry's in the machine. This is how we start the episode, and it's like Iris is like, "Are you sure? Yes, okay." Shock. He doesn't disintegrate though. He's just out, and they put him in like the cast and everything, like in Flashpoint, but the suit's on under it. All this shit can still happen without the Flash. Like all the stuff that happens in
I'm
this
not
episode
laughing.
can.
I'm not laughing at your pitch. Sorry, I'm laughing at like what if he got like burnt like that, but like his powers were restored, and that was just like how he
Yeah,
looked after that. It's like, well, how do I look? It's like you look
like
great. Like
Deadpool.
they're just like, yeah.
You look like Freddy Krueger face fucked the topographical
Not
map
even
of
that. Like
Utah.
they just try to like
Um,
reassure him because he needs to save the city. It's like you look great, man. Just
great.
put the suit
Yeah,
on. It's like, oh, it's kind of it's
that'd
sticking to
be
my
funny.
skin. This is kind of why does it feel like really hot in here or something? Like he's just like kind of like weirded out.
Anybody else feel a draft?
Keep him away
But
from
no.
any reflective surfaces.
Oh, good lord. Yeah. Um, but then to further that, like the episode can still happen the same way it does. Just cut out all the Barry Allen stuff. And then at the end, like when Zoom is in the precincts, like in the CCPD, or not even in the CCPD, sorry, in Jitters, you see a shot, boom, his eyes open, the lightning comes back in his eyes, and he gets to fight Zoom. And he can still kill. I already forgot the fucking dude's name. What's Dante's doppelganger? Rupture. He can still kill. Zoom can still kill Rupture, and then you can have that, but you can have Barry fight him, and then maybe the ending, I didn't really come up with an ending for it, but I'm just like, that's how I would have done it. Is like, oh, um, just you open with Barry getting his powers. He's knocked out for a majority of the episode, and he wakes up because he can sense like the Speed Force within his system is back. He can sense Zoom's presence from the Speed Force. It's almost like the Force in Star Wars. He can like sense that Zoom is getting up to some shit. So he's like, okay, I'm up. And then he goes to fight Zoom, and you get that whole thing.
Well, Zoom clearly thought that it was going to work. I think that he just got lucky that, as far as we know, because, like, obviously I haven't watched ahead yet, but, like, because, like, he
Yeah.
reacts in the moment in the actual episode where he's just like, no, like, he's like, he thinks that they're actually going to give him his powers back, and he just kind of
Oh,
lucks out. And that, you know what I mean? Like, there's that weird moment where, like, because he comes in,
yeah.
like, all
No,
smug and
yeah, I do know what
everything.
you're talking about.
Like comes in all smug, like,
Yeah.
oh well, it didn't fucking work or something. It's just like, dude, you thought it was gonna work. What do you mean?
Yeah. I think that's just a writing inconsistency, though. But
Either
yeah,
that or it's
I'm
just
not a
him
fan.
being
This,
like in his head, like, oh shit, that was about to be really bad. Let me just act like I knew that this was gonna be the case.
yeah. Let me look cool in front of my friend's mom.
Yeah, let me just kind of just be like, oh yeah, I totally knew that this was gonna
Yeah,
happen.
totally.
Like,
I'm not bullshitting anybody. Also, did you notice that the next episode is the Kevin Smith episode? I'm a Kevin
oh,
Smith fan,
is
so I'm
it?
excited for that one. Yeah, the Runaway Dinosaur is Zach
Is
Stentz
it his
writing,
first
and I
directing
think
episode?
so. Yeah, I think
Okay, cool.
so.
Then Jay
It's
is gonna be in
Yep,
that
Jay.
episode.
I remember Jay's cameo too. I
That's
remember
so
it, and
funny.
I love like say what you. I love Kevin Smith. I love his movies, so I'm like,
Have we
okay,
talked
next
about this
episode.
before? That
I
you're like a
don't
Kevin
think
Smith
so.
fan? Yeah,
Maybe. I
I
think I
have
brought it
the
up like once.
I'm looking at it right now. I have the Clerks animated series on
Oh hell
DVD,
yeah!
like the
I
box
just
set.
found
Yeah.
that. I just found that on Internet Archive the other day. Somebody put it up on Internet Archive, and
The
I watched it. It's
commentaries are
pretty
cool.
funny.
Like I have it with
Oh, they
like the
are.
commentaries. The second disc, like when I get it, like never works though for the commentaries. It's
What the
weird. I don't
hell?
know. I think it's because it's old.
Probably.
But
But yeah, no,
yeah.
I'm really excited because it's Kevin Smith directing next episode,
I don't
and
care what
Barry gets his
anyone says.
fucking powers back.
Have you seen the third Clerks movie? I
I
liked that
have.
movie.
I enjoyed it. I was surprised when everybody was like, "This is the worst movie Kevin Smith has ever made." I'm like, "Y'all watch Yoga Hosers? That shit was pretty bad."
I think
But
it was his return to form. Like honestly, like I was just
yeah,
like, no, this because obviously like he's off. So not that like this like I think that he himself admitted that he was like in not a great place whenever he was smoking like all the time, and that kind of factored into
yeah,
the
that's why
content
he
he did.
stopped recently.
Yeah, and then he also like Tusk was a great movie, but also that's one that I'll watch once and never again. That's one of those where
I
I'm like, I
still
respect it.
haven't seen it. I'm kind of
It's
scared to watch it.
rough.
Okay.
It's not like Midsummer or something where I could not get that through that movie because how dark that
Uh,
movie is. But
oh,
like it's one of those where I'm like, yeah, I don't ever need to see this again, but I
I
would like this movie.
I just think the way he got the idea for that movie is so funny.
Oh, the
Like
actual
where
podcast episode's hilarious.
yeah, that shit is funny. There's a clip of it on YouTube. It's so funny. I crack up every time I listen to it.
Yeah, there's I might end up cutting this part out, but
That's fine.
there's like a thing like I got obviously heavily inspired by Kevin Smith to like do like the Tripiverse, which is kind of like I think I mentioned it to you. It's kind of like the
I think you've sent
original.
me episodes of it.
Yeah, it's kind of like the original version of what Tangential Exchange is now, where like we did, and it
Yeah.
never got released. I think I sent you the links to this, but it's like emo
Yeah.
Alex based stuff,
Yeah,
kind of
you
emo
sent me
Kev stuff
that.
with like the journal thing, and it's like, yeah, it's pretty crazy, pretty
Yeah, there was
cringy
some
but funny.
wild shit in there. I was
Oh
like,
yeah, man.
whoa,
Yeah, it was us in
whoa.
college, man. But yeah,
Oh God.
that's never seen. Like to quote the like a really obscure reference, The Incredibles, like the Frozone and the little cartoon where they do the
Oh, we
commentary.
are not.
Yeah, this is
Oh,
never seeing the light of day.
Oh, you were talking that. I thought you meant the scene where they're running away from the building and they're like taking their masks off, and Frozo's like, "We are not doing that again."
No, no, the to make a really obscure reference, the commentary at the tail end where
Yeah,
they do that, where he's just like, "Me and you are friends, but this can never see the light of day." Like that's
I
how I
know
feel about
exactly
that.
what you're talking about because I have the 2 disc special edition that has that on it.
Yeah, but anyway, back to the episode. I liked this. I had a lot of fundamental problems with Henry. I think that like the writers that he was best when he was like, somebody that Barry would come back and like try to help. Basically like
Yeah,
prison. Those were some of the best scenes. But I think after that they realized the redundancy, like kind of like what I brought up, and they just did not know what to do with them. I'm gonna kind of look up at some point, maybe for the next episode and see like what like why John Wesley Shipp wasn't in more of it. Seems like he wasn't,
yeah.
like he was here and there. Like obviously he's available more. Maybe it's just one of those things where they're like, well, we don't really know what to do with your character because it's kind of redundant, basically.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought you were gonna say you were gonna look into what happens to Henry in some of the comics. I was like, I know in some of the comics he
He's
just gets straight
alive.
up killed in prison in some of them.
Yeah, he's alive in Rebirth. I think they fixed that because I remember hearing
Oh
about
shit.
that at one point. I'm like, that's fucking stupid. Like, don't do that.
Yeah.
Like I don't know, man. Like I'm just like also it's like just like have him get out of prison. Like that's so like that's what would fucking happen. Like this shit. Like that would happen to fucking Snyderverse. Like it instead of him
Uh,
getting him out of prison, it's like oh yeah, my dad got stabbed to death, and like obviously in the
yeah.
Flash, like they are able to get him out in that movie. But if it was just the
Because it's
Snyderverse stuff,
Snyder was nowhere attached to that movie. That's
you
the only reason Henry Allen was
he'd
alive.
get shivved in like prison or something.
While
Like
he's in the shower,
it'd be like a misery fest.
like he talked about with Batman, where his I'm not gonna use
Jesus.
the exact quote because he used a really like fucked up term for
Dude,
it, but
oh my God. We let's get into our heart humor spectacle into the
yeah, before
stars,
we
and
go on a
then we
tangent.
can continue this after that. But
Yeah.
so for me the heart would be the scene with Dante and Cisco where they like make up. Like that scene was such a powerful like moment. The
Yeah, I
humor
think
would
mine's the same.
Yeah, the humor for me would probably be like I'm trying to think because like there wasn't really that many funny moments. Maybe the stuff on the roof with like the Harry Potter
The
reference.
expecto patronum and
Yeah,
the Doc Brown joke.
yeah, that was kind of fun. And then the spectacle for me would be that fucking ending, man. Jesus
Oh
Christ.
yeah. No, yeah, you and me have the same heart and spectacle for sure. My humor's slightly different, but kind
Okay.
of related. It's the joke of Wells going, "Oh yeah, the one no, the one you made for the Harry Potter convention. Yes, the one you made for Martin." Like that made me
That's a good
chuckle. I
one.
was like, "Okay, that was hilarious."
Yeah. Cool. And then for me, I would probably give it was a really I enjoyed this episode a lot more. I would still probably give it 3 out of 5 though, even though I did enjoy it more.
Mm,
Well, what do you like?
yeah.
You haven't liked
One
these past 2 episodes.
One. This episode's a fucking
One,
one. It was gonna be a 0 until that fucking
you
ending.
gave the last one 2 and you said it was forgettable.
Yes, but it just the because I thought Barry was gonna get his powers back like off the jump this episode, or like at least at some point during the actual episode. So it just they built it up too much, and I get it, but at the same time, they wrote it to where there were multiple points where Barry could and should have gone, "Oh yeah, I'm getting my powers back here," and then it just doesn't happen. I see why it happens, which is why, you know what? I'm going to give it a 1.5 because of the ending, because of the way it ends. I'm changing it to a 1.5. So it's not, it was, yeah, I don't know. The ending makes it a
I mean,
1.5, but
I didn't dock it as much as I could for the Henry stuff pissing me off, like
I
honestly.
mean, yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm being too harsh. I don't know. People, let me know in the
It's your
comments on,
score, man. It's your
I mean,
score.
yeah, but people in the comments on YouTube or Spotify, like, if
Man, I
you're
hope
fans
that
of this
will
show,
we pull up from this nosedive with Brady? Like, is
I
Brady
know.
falling out of
No,
love with
I
this
think
show?
I think next episode, if I'm remembering it right, is going to make me cry. I already know it is. Even if
It's
it
like
doesn't,
one. It's
I
like you come
remember.
back and you're just like one. It's like, God damn it.
I know if it is a one, I am going to be
No, I'll
very
laugh. Like
surprised.
honestly, I'll just be like, dude, I thought you liked this show. Like,
No, yeah, no, I do like the show.
no, I'm
I
just
don't
giving you. I'm
know.
just fucking with you,
I
man. You're
know,
good.
yeah, but I think part of it is also like fans of the show know I'm not a fan of drama, like straight up drama that doesn't have superhero shit.
Yeah, you
It
said
makes
that
me
last
too,
episode.
yeah, it makes me just too depressed and like sad because it feels too real. So if you put in superhero shit, I'm like, okay,
You get distracted.
I know, literally. But no, it's like I've loved superheroes since I was a kid. The first movie I ever watched was Spider-Man. So
Hmm.
I've loved superheroes since I was a child and I've been engraved in that world. So like I ruined my brain because I can't watch drama like that without getting incredibly bored. I could handle the Penguin because it was a comic book thing, but even still, I got bored at a couple points. I was like, "Oh my God!" But it was
So you
still a
wouldn't have
good
any
show.
interest in like No Country for Old Men and any kind of movie like that?
Probably not unless it was a comedy. Like I can watch stuff without
No, No
superhero
Country for
things.
Old Men is not a comedy.
Okay, yeah, I probably wouldn't like it then. That's the reason I haven't watched things like The Godfather or The Sopranos. Because
I couldn't
even
get into
in
The
Batman,
Godfather.
no, because like even in Batman comics, and I'm sorry to take us down this tangent, but even in like Batman comics, I don't give a shit about Carmine Falcone. I don't give a shit about Salvatore Maroni. I don't give a shit about I was gonna say Roman Sionis, but no, he's cool because he's got a gimmick. He has the black mask. He's a bigger part for me because he's like one of
Say
the
what you want,
costume
dude. I
guys.
like how they did him in Birds of Prey. Like I actually liked that
In
stuff.
Black Mask, I haven't seen
You haven't
Birds of
seen Birds
Prey.
of Prey?
I don't believe so. No, I know
The
Ewan
movie?
McGregor plays Black Mask, but
Yeah.
I haven't seen the fucking show either because it aired like the year after I
He's
was
in
born or something.
Batwoman.
Oh shit, he is. They
Yeah,
did
he wears
Black
the
Mask.
mask a lot longer than he does in the Birds of Prey movie too.
Let's go.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
was
I heard
good.
he didn't wear the mask that much in
That
fucking
shit reeked of reshoots. Like whenever you see him, I'm like,
yeah.
obviously he wore it, but I'm like, the way they shot it, I'm like, he barely wears it, which like screams to me that they were just like, put him in the mask a little bit, and they like
Yeah.
had some pickup shots with him in it.
Yeah, to me, there's no reason to not do that stuff. Like, I get with the Spider-Man movies, it's, oh, we got to get Toby without his mask because, you can emote. It's weird seeing Spider-Man without an expression.
That's
But at
why
the
the
same
Holland
time,
movies really nailed that with like having the
yeah, they do
lenses
the
be able to
expressive
move.
eyes. Yeah, but with a character like Black Mask, I'm like, okay, you can see his eyes. In most interpretations, you can see his eyes at the very least. So, like, just give me
Except for
that.
in the Batman, where he has the
I
red
really
lenses.
like that. I
I
really
liked
like
that.
that
That was
look.
such a good episode.
That's
Yeah.
my favorite episode ever. Well, my second favorite episode of the
Yeah.
Batman 2004. Because that's, if I'm remembering right, because I think there's two Black Mask episodes.
He
That's the one where Batgirl and Robin
Batgirl and
are
Robin
like
try
get
to like
trapped
stop
inside the
him basically.
GCPD, and yeah, and they have to save Batman. Okay, yeah, that
There's
Matter of
also a
Family.
comic with him that I used to own when I
I
was like a
know.
kid.
Yeah, I wish I could go and read those books. They're not on DC Universe, which sucks.
They used to have some of them. I thought they used to have some of them. Maybe they remove stuff
Maybe
all the
they
time.
are. I don't know. But yeah, for audience out there, by the way, that's like, well, what is your like ideal superhero? The Arkham games. The Arkham games should be the blueprint for every and all live action Batman
Either
films
that or
going
just
forward.
BTAS, just look at BTAS and
Yeah,
what they did. That
exactly.
works too.
BTAS and Arkham. I only point to Arkham because it has more of like a realistic look and
Not
vibe to
even
it.
in
Like,
terms of like look and aesthetics for me with BTAS, just like the storytelling, like how they did
oh
that.
yeah,
Just fucking
100%. No,
get Paul Dini as like a story consultant or something.
fucking have him write the next DCU Batman movie. Like, I'm not even joking. Because, like, when people would always tell me, like, oh, live action Batman with, like, the trunks on wouldn't work, I'm like, you like the Arkham games, right? They're like, yeah. Well, do you play with the base costume or do you change the skin? I keep the regular costume. Do you like it? Yes. There you go. it fucking works.
Yeah, especially when like in Arkham Knight, it looks like as close to photoreal as you've seen, and it kind of like it works like when they have like the Arkham like 2.0 stuff like at the beginning before he
Yeah.
does the upres suit and everything.
Ugh, the ugliest bat suit ever. I don't like that
No, I mean
costume.
like the when you're playing at the beginning and it's the Arkham City
Oh,
like
yeah,
version
the like
2 or
more
something.
armored Arkham suit. Yeah,
Yeah, like that one works. But yeah,
yeah,
anyway,
that's
what I was
cool.
gonna say with the Snyder thing is that like he
Oh yeah,
needs to
sorry,
fucking
I took
no,
us
no, you're
way
good.
far away from that.
He needs to fucking quit with the whole like every time something new comes out, either lanterns or whatever. I keep seeing this
Oh
thing where he
my,
keeps sharing his like, oh, this is what I made. Like it's like, dude, stop. It's just like you are
you're
done with
not at the
this.
helm.
Yeah, you're not. It's over. Like you are giving off the vibes of like somebody who like your ex got like
He's
married to
jealous.
someone, got married to someone else, and then like as soon as they do their marriage announcement, you do like some shitty like selfish thing to try to like prop yourself up. It's like, dude, move on.
Yeah, and he's also not helping Snyder Bros' case at all. Like
No, he
he's
keeps
just
fanning
making
the
them
flames.
worse. Yeah, he's making them worse, and that's kind of pissing me off. Like, yes, okay, some of us were disappointed by Lanterns. I'm waiting till they release another trailer
I'm
before I
waiting till the
say anything
show
again.
comes out. I'm waiting till the show comes out
That
because
too,
trailers mean nothing. I'm like, wait till the show comes out and see how it is in full context.
that too. But with that teaser, I just got the feeling like, okay, they're only showing us stuff from maybe the first couple episodes, which is why we didn't see Sinestro or anything. But even then, I'll probably now wait till either another trailer or the show itself comes out and then judge for myself. I have a feeling it's going to be majoritively, hey, watch guys do shit for an hour, and then I'm going to lose interest before they put the damn rings back on. But
Can I tell you
whatever,
what
I'll
the thing that
probably
irritates me the most with like so one of the criticisms is it's not even about the suit. It's
what
people with the like, oh, he doesn't have the green aura around him when he flies. I'm like, hey,
he doesn't
jackass.
need it.
In the original comics, he doesn't have that either, and also in Superman, he didn't have that either in there. Like, look
No,
in universe and see how it's like done in the other one.
exactly. Literally my freaking point. He does not like maybe he had I think Guy had a little something around his ring when it happened, but that's it. You
Well, in the
don't need the
original
green
comics,
aura.
it doesn't have the little connecting thing where like it connects to the ring and everything. Like, and
I
even in
think
the
that was
movies, they don't
a
do that.
yeah, I think that was a Jeff Johns thing. Jeff Johns like changed a lot of the Green Lantern lore for the better,
Well,
if
I
you
mean, in
ask
the
me.
Justice
But
League, that's how it is too, where you see like the little
oh yeah,
projection
that's
from the ring.
right. That's right. Yeah, Justice League animated series. I did
I
forget
think it's
that.
kind of
Yeah.
cooler if you don't though, because then like you can do more basically, where it's like, it's
Yeah.
not super connected to it. Like I don't know.
And it saves money in the effects budget because
Yeah,
like you're already making him fly.
yeah. I know. For me, it's just like just wait till the thing comes out. I'm actually really looking forward to the Supergirl movie. I think that's good. If it's anything
Oh,
like that miniseries, it's gonna be amazing,
I still need to finish rating that. I think I'm on like
dude. It's
issue 2, but
so
that
good.
movie I already just I that's one where I can look at the trailers and go, okay, that's gonna kick ass. Like I don't need to see another trailer for that movie. I know that's gonna be fucking fantastic.
When does
And
it come out?
Lobo, I don't know.
Is it like
That's a good
summertime?
question.
I think it's
I
summertime, right?
think
Like
so. It might
July
be
or
another,
something.
yeah, it might be another July release
We're not
for
gonna look it
Supergirl.
up, guys. Like, whatever.
No, I am on my phone, but I'm not gonna. I'm
Yeah, who
not gonna
cares?
Google it.
But yeah, anyway, so all that being said, you got
Tangents and all.
yeah, you got a little extra, like a little extra, like 5-6 minute show at the tail end there where we just
Yeah,
talked about some
literally
stuff. But yeah, so everybody in the not in the chat, damn, we don't have
in the chat.
yeah.
We're
Yeah,
not
put
live
some W's
streaming.
in the chat, guys. But yeah, but I hope that Brady, you feel better, man. And then like we got to
Yeah,
do
I
the
thank
plugs
you,
really
bro.
quick. So do you
Yeah,
want to get to your plugs, and then I'll do my plugs, and we'll go into the Speed Force.
yeah, sure. So obviously, you guys know you can always catch me here on Flashbacks for the foreseeable future. I ain't going anywhere. Um, You can also check out my YouTube channel. It's just going to be called Zurd, Zurdd. I do gameplay videos, video game analyses, retrospectives on like TV, movies, video games, whatever. I'm gonna start doing video essays on stuff. I have a retrospective slash review analysis type of video in the works for a lesser known sitcom that is like literally my favorite TV show of all time. It's called Raising Hope. I don't know if you've heard about it, Alex. That show is fucking fantastic.
Yeah, I've seen a little
It's
bit.
yeah, it's my favorite show. I've seen it front to back all 4 seasons at least probably 12 times. Like, it's the non-superhero equivalent for me of Young Justice. Like, oh, it's fucking awesome. Well, I mean, like, awesome is kind of relative for a sitcom because, like, there's not much you can do. But it's made by the same guy that made My Name is Earl, which I haven't
Oh,
seen.
okay, that makes
I'm a big
sense.
I'm a big Jason Lee fan, so I might need to watch that. Um, but yeah, that's coming. I'm not gonna say when. I don't know when. I'm also working on a retrospective of the Batman Vengeance video game because I love that game and it doesn't get the love it deserves. Like, yeah, you guys will hear my opinions on it in the
Yeah, yeah,
retrospective,
yeah.
so I'm not gonna go into it here. Um, I also have my animation and movies channel called Chaku Milk, CHOCCOOMILKK, where I'm working on a Lego DC stop motion animated universe. I've kind of pivoted some projects around. So the next project that I'm working on, I'm literally writing the script for it, in between doing other stuff, adapts our friend of the show, Ben Wan's spec script for Gotham Vampire, except it's way more comic booky and kind of sci-fi. There's gonna be a part that's controversial, but it's from the comics, so I hope I don't catch a lot of flack. I'll tell you more about it off mic,
Sounds
pal,
good.
because Ben is like the only person I've talked to about it. But basically, if I could give a plot synopsis, it follows a young Bruce Wayne tracking down the mystery of a missing student from his school, but he finds out there's a vampire that's been taking them.
Yeah.
You'll have to watch
Me
the
and
movie to find out why.
me and Ben, like I kind of had him on the show on Night of
Yeah,
Batman. We talked
I've
about it back
listened to
then.
that episode. That episode was part of the reason I did it because I'm like, wait, that could be really interesting. Um,
Nice.
but yeah, in Ben's it was more like low key vampire. This one, his name is straight up Dracula, and he is an actual vampire with powers and everything. So like, yeah, you'll have to
Gotcha.
see how the rest of it turns out.
Cool.
But we will also, again, hopefully by the time this episode goes up, we should have a Flashbacks T Public store where you can get
Cool.
shirt stickers like Justice for Eddie, Patty deserved better, all that stuff. Um,
Nice.
and I want to do one that says, "I think that guy's the Flash?" question mark in
Oh, that'd be
reference to
great.
like our bit we do of like the Central City citizens in jitters of like this guy is talking really loudly about being the Flash. So yeah, I think that one would be pretty cool to do. Um, and yeah, I also on the Chaku Milk channel, I have a playlist of all my voice acting stuff from Epic Brick Productions, Minnow Films, Newverse Media, the Arkham tapes, and a well, not crap load, but a couple other things as
Yeah.
well. Um, so yeah, if you want to hear me voice act, play some characters, you can go there. Me and Minnow Films are working on a couple things. I'm doing Spider-Man, Doom Patrol, all that stuff. So
Cool.
yeah, I
Awesome.
also might have a voice role in Doom Patrol, but I don't. We haven't figured that out yet.
Cool. So for me, obviously you can find me here, Flashbacks, a Flash Rewatch podcast, where we cover every episode of the CW Flash show and also other things during our off seasons. Also, superhero stuff you should know. Basically, like we cover like unmade stuff. Kind of just like a lot. Like we're covering a lot of scripts recently, but
Yeah, like unproduced. They do like
yeah, yeah.
unproduced scripts, concept art, like what if kind of stuff.
Yeah, yeah. And then neither Batman, What Mean, and Tangential Exchange will eventually make a comeback. And then all that being said, I don't even have to say are you ready on your end, but like, are
Yeah,
you
no.
ready?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, cool. So we will see you in the Speed Force.
Yo, dudes, we'll see you in the Speed Force, bruh.
Oh my god, you guys
I
missed it. He did like the hands and everything, like the
may
hang loose and everything.
put
It's so
put part
funny.
of this in the thumbnail.
Wait, hold on. I got you. That's gonna be at the end.
That's that's so funny.
There we go. I got it.
Oh gosh. Oh, that's hilarious.
Oh my god, I'm gonna send that to you. That's so funny.
Oh
Anyway,
shit. Yeah, send that to me. I'll post that as the teaser on my Instagram for the episode
anyway,
dropping.
see you guys.